So obviously some people won't agree with me, but I find things like the Banksy tunnels to be particularly troublesome, because what it does is it allows people from the graffiti culture a chance to practice not just what they do, but the very culture itself, to believe that it's okay. And if we actually look down here, it's a prime example, right, of how you never really see it on new buildings. You will here and there, but for some strange reason, this sort of stuff tends to target our old-fashioned brickwork. So even if you are a fan of graffiti or you're a graffiti artist, I hope that you can see where I'm coming from when I say that this is, in my opinion, an act of disrespect. Just because the state or someone has given you permission to do this, look at this, it doesn't mean you should do it. I find a strong trait in people is having the power to do something and not doing it. You know, someone who's got loads of money and is still kind with it, or lots of power and is still kind with it. This is another sort of example. Just because you can do this doesn't mean you should. And what they've done is, like I said, they've promoted this sort of behaviour, which means once they've mastered their craft here, they can go and do it elsewhere. It gives them a chance to meet in person. It destroys the notion of how graffiti artists used to be hidden. They used to fear being caught. And now, look at this. And then what's happened is you get a great many people, tourists, locals, they'll come in here and take photographs as if, oh, isn't it all amazing? I really, really don't want to be too disparaging or put people down, but this can't be replaced because it's historic. Whereas the building site boards that you see graffitied and whatever, they don't really matter, they're just painted. This brickwork should be visible. It's something that we should be able to enjoy. If you wanted to come down here and record a film, for instance, this should look dark and dingy and like old London, but instead it looks like this. If you look here, you can see where people have got their own segments, they spend all day doing it. They'll all be talking, mixing, socialising. So, meanwhile, public houses are being punished with ridiculous rates, all sorts of rules and problems to close them. But little communities like this are being facilitated and promoted. And I'm not saying, I can't stand graffiti personally, I hate it with a passion. But if that's what you want to do, it should be on canvases like any other artist. It shouldn't be forced upon people. Never mind splattered all over our historic sites, because we've got so few of them left anyway. People are demolishing what we have left or covering them up so you can't see them left, right and centre. So things like this are a gem, really. It was these tunnels where bodies were kept, where our ancestors walked and worked. And now it just seems a palette for vandalism.